will need the recording. So just come to sitting comfortably in your seated position. There will be a fire crackling in the background. I hope it's not too disturbing for the sound. Internet has been dodged for everybody. Don't know what's going on. Let's blame it on the solar flares. That's what my husband says. Who knows? But today, I would really like to drop into an awareness of how incredible the placenta is and how we in our birth system have been encouraged to sever babies' connection to the placenta way too quickly after birth, often sooner than baby is ready to have that connection severed. And very often in our hurried birth field, they're cutting the cord anything from a minute after the birth and usually well before 5 minutes. But the cord really only stops pulsating. It can take 10 minutes, it can take half an hour. I've even been at a birth where the cord has taken 2 hours to completely stop pulsating. That means that it took 2 hours for baby's full blood supply, which a third of it is in the placenta, to transfuse through and to that baby. And that's a really big thing to think about. So just closing your eyes if you can, and we're going to go into a little bit of a journey of the placenta being more than just the physical connection. Settling into the breath. And becoming aware that as humans, we have an energetic umbilical cord and placenta connecting us in some way to our divine mother. And through this, we receive etheric nourishment, the substance of divine love. But as modern humans, we've lost the connection to this divine dreamtime rhythm of Gaia. And we find ourselves cut off from our roots and separated from the mother consciousness. And this has created a lot of mother wounding. But when we become aware of it ourselves, we can heal some of that pattern of wounding. You might want to place your hands over womb space and get a deeper sense of the pulse within your womb. Feeling into this placenta, the magical mother-baby interface that allows your unborn child to be nourished by the pulsating lifeblood of you, mother, through the umbilical cord of connection. In the placenta, the baby's blood vessels and connective tissues interweave seamlessly with those of you as mother at the lining of the womb. And half of the placenta emerges from the genes and tissues of the baby and half from you, so that there is a physical merging and entanglement of mother-baby biology. And our first experience of life on earth in this sacred union with the Great Mother through the physical body of our own human mother is so beautiful. And it's, how can we say it, part of the original blueprint of cosmic union. I and the mother are one. To your baby, the womb in its all-nourishing and all-containing world, floating there, all of existence contained in the space within your womb. Your baby doesn't have to worry or think about how it will be nourished. You are simply taking care of your baby. If baby was suddenly severed from the placenta, they would feel unsupported, taking time once baby is born to sever that connection between placenta and baby. It's so important to listen to your baby and to only sever that connection when baby is ready. Baby has pinked up. He or she is completely relaxed on your chest. The cord has stopped pulsating and is white and flaccid. On an energetic level, your baby lets you know when they are ready to have the cord severed. And it's so beautiful to feel that you are connected to your baby in this way and listening so deeply. Bringing palms to heart center for a moment. If there's an intention that's rising to the surface today, just bringing it into your field of awareness so that through clarifying within the warm field of intention, we also direct creative potential within our own lives. Interlace your palms. Inhale, sweep the interlace up to the sky, grow tall. Let's work out the shoulders, spread the fingers. Exhale, draw the elbows back, squeeze between the shoulder blades and drag it down and through. Inhale, interlace, maybe round slightly, then reach up through the arms. And exhale, bring it down and through. And just once more. Beautiful. Coming onto all fours now on your mat. Spread the palms. Feel the surface of your mat beneath your knees. Connect to the solidity of the earth beneath you. On your inhale, lift your tail, press into your palms, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. Exhale, slowly begin to undulate the spine out and up. Relaxing the head at the end of the exhale breath. Continue in this way, finding space in the spine, listening to all the sensations that are arising, and really becoming present to your breath and movement. Come to neutral, bring your forearms down to the ground. Sink your chest, look up, little tiny spine curls on your forearms. Exhale, relax your head between the forearms. Inhale, seat lifts, seat opens, chest drops, gaze lifts, and exhale, little rounding motions. Bringing your attention into the thoracic spine, the space between the shoulder blades as you do this. Two choices, you can take child's pose, or you can now walk your palms forward and come into melting heart, bringing your chest down toward the ground. Keeping the hips high over the knees. If this is too uncomfortable, just slide your hips back onto your heels for an extended child's pose. You choose. Gently sliding your palms back and underneath the shoulders. Extend your left leg back. Sweep your left arm in a halo around. Bend the elbow slightly on the exhale as you draw the elbow back, spinning the ribs open. Place your left palm and knee on the mat. Take it over to the right side and do the same again. Big circles with the right arm. Feel into the shoulder, the scapula, the ribs, the space between the ribs. Continue inside your own breath, intentional movement and expansive breaths. Beautiful. Take it through a full cycle with the right arm up and overhead. Take your time to arrive there. When you've completed that cycle, coming back onto all fours. 2 more breaths in cat and cow. Now feeling if there's more space in the spine, the lower back may be slightly looser. Amazing how the muscles in our body respond to movement, how they immediately begin to allow space. Tucking toes under. As you round up, lift your knees and press back to your downward facing dog. Relax your neck, 3 deep breaths, extra oxygen to the placenta with this shape. And as we know, lack of oxygen flow means the baby doesn't grow as well. So when you keep the oxygen levels high, you also grow your baby beautifully. Step your feet as wide as your mat, walk your palms back, press into your fingertips, inhale, lift your chest, and exhale, bring your hips down into deep squat. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the gaze. Exhale into our frog squats. One more time. Pause in the squat this time, Halasana. Taking 3 broad breaths, really feeling space in the pelvic bowl. Our squats will open the pelvic inlet, the upper part of the pelvis, so the baby can engage. But it does narrow the bottom of the pelvis, which is the pelvic outlet, which is why we won't necessarily birth in a squat. Other positions are better for birthing in. Lift the hips, spin the feet to parallel on their axes, walk your hands forward, and you're in a downward facing dog once again. You can step your feet a little closer together. And I know that Lizzie really loves to stretch out her body, so I'm going to give these options. Option, stay in your down dog, or sweep your left leg high to the sky for tail of the dog. Keep embedding the right heel down to the ground. If that's too strong a sensation for you, don't go there. If it feels good, take 1 more breath. And then gently step that left foot to the front of the mat and gently bring your right knee down. Rock your lunge. If you wish, using arm movements, phoenix wings to flight. Inhale, sweep your phoenix wings high. Exhale, straighten your left leg, baby on the inside of the thigh, float your chest down. Raise your fingertips along your mat as you swing the hips low. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, float your chest forward. 1 more time. Inhale, deep hips, open heart. Exhale, float the arms back, fold. This time, straighten your left leg, flex the foot, slide the heel forward, and take a deep stretch down the inner line of that left leg. Relaxing your neck. Just enjoying the space you're creating. Place your right palm firmly on the mat, opposite the left foot. Keep the left leg long with the foot flexed. 3 sweeps of the left arm. Inhale, sweep the arm and halo it forward. Exhale, spin through the ribs as you take that arm back and down. Place the chest down towards the ground on the inhale, sweep. Exhale, twist the spine and spin. Really working through some beautiful twists and threads today. And finally, when you've completed your round, the 3rd time, reach your left arm high, find space across the clavicles. 3 deep breaths here. In a twisted, easy twist, left leg long. Place your left palm on the ground. Gently slide your left leg back And then hover it parallel to the earth and reach your left arm high. We're in a pregnancy side plank, really inviting strength into the deeper abdominal muscles. Finding your still point here. Try not to sink into the joints. Feel as though you're lifting out of them slightly. Place both palms on the ground. Swing the left leg out in a quarter semicircle. Left foot is opposite your right knee. Press away from the earth for Paribhasana. Reach your right arm up to the sky. You're now in a shape that looks like this. Take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, side bend to your left side. Beautiful. Place both palms on the ground directly in front of you and below the shoulders. Roll strongly onto the outer edge of that left foot. Engage the inseam of the left leg and take a couple of cat and cow movements through the spine here. Each time that you drop the chest and lift the gaze, you'll feel the stretch in the inner line of the left leg, particularly if you're turning that leg on. On your exhale, finding space in the spine. Beautiful. Walk your hands forward in a wide V shape. Make sure that you have enough space on the inside of the right thigh and slowly pulse the chest down towards the ground. 3 breaths in a melting heart with the extended left leg. You can be on your forearms if the shape is too strong. Walk your palms back and plant your hands directly underneath your shoulders once again. Again, moving through twists and threads. Inhale, sweep your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, rhythmic movement. Slide your right arm through, thread the needle, release the shoulder to the ground. Inhale, press into your left palm, reach your right arm high, twist the spine open, and then revert the twist through a threading motion of the right arm through and down. One more pulsation, dynamic movement. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, this time, slide that right palm through, shoulder comes to the ground. Walk your left palm forward above the crown as far as you can and bring the weight into the right shoulder. Make space for the uterus, but the weight of the uterus will now be in the diaphragm. So the breath will feel slightly shorter. Simply soften into it. Very good shape for the endocrine system, the glandular body. Place your left palm on the ground, face side. Inhale, push into the left palm. Reach your right arm high for the sky. And exhale, sit down on your right heel. Place your right palm to the ground behind you. 3 lifts, or just stay down and sweep your arm around. If you're taking the lifts, inhale. Sweep the left arm around, lift through the heart, lift baby to the sky. Exhale, slowly bring the hip back down to the heel. Inhale, lift, sweep, find rhythm and openness through the body, lymphatic movement 2. And final time, inhale, lift, sweep that arm around and hold in your half camel. 2 more deep breaths. Gently sit down on your heel, tap your left heel in, and simply be here for some moments. Hands to the thighs, relax. Close your eyes and notice what you're feeling, where and how. Inhale, interlace your hands in front of you, sweep the interlace up to the sky, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw your arms back in a wide arc, engage through the stretch. Both hands come to the mat. 3 breaths in cat and cow, continuing to move with the rhythm of your breath. Beautiful. Next time you round, tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Relax. Whilst we have on our minds the incredible organ of the placenta, just a reminder that sometimes in labor, when baby's heart rate is dropping or not recovering well after a surge, the best thing that you can do is a downward facing dog, bringing more oxygen to baby and allowing for better recovery. This may seem like quite an ask when you're in labor, but really and truly, it can get you to the end without having to call a Caesar because they're worried about baby's heart drop. And we've done this often and got to the end beautifully. Actually, you can sweep your right leg high if you wish, or keep both feet to the ground, your choice. Step your right foot to the front of the mat and gently release your left knee. You can take your normal rocking lunges with feet to the ground, with hands to the ground, or you can take your Phoenix wings to flight. Inhale, sweep. This takes more control through the core muscles. Exhale, on down over a stretched right leg. Deep low lunge as you inhale. Exhale, open your heart and bow. Once more. Fingertips come to the ground. Flex your right foot. Slide the heel forward and then deepen into a good stretch on the inside of that right leg. Spread your left fingers as you press your palm to the mat. Keep the engaged right leg long. Inhale, sweep the right arm around. 3 halos. Exhaling as you draw back and down. After your third sweep, reach your right arm up to the sky. Pause. Place both hands on the ground on the inside of the right leg. Gently slide the right leg back. You can keep the foot to ground or float your right leg parallel to the earth. Again, reach for the sky with the right palm and find your still point. You can feel tricky at first, but as soon as the correct muscles turn on, the pose becomes stable. Place both hands back to ground. Gently swing your right foot a quarter turn to the right side, opposite the left knee. Anchor into both palms, engage into the outer rim of the right foot, and take some cat and cow move. No, let's take our side bend first. Apologies, push away from the earth, rise, Parigasana. Left arm reaches for the sky. Slide the right arm down the length of the right leg, side bend. Now taking both hands below the shoulders in front of you, cat and cow. Movement will be a little more condensed, but there'll be more freedom to the pelvis as you'll feel into subtle rotation through the right hip and the ball joint on the right side, creating more space into the ligaments on the inner thigh on the right. Coming down onto the forearms now, and just allowing for a drop through the chest, just feeling into that little stretch. And if it feels good for you, you can reach your palms forward and come down deeper with heart towards the ground. It's almost like a melting heart. Make sure that you really engage the inseam of the right leg. Bringing flow into the spine through twists, walk your hands back. They're beneath the shoulders again. Inhale, sweep your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, thread through. Bring the shoulders closer down to the ground as you can. Inhale, sweep the left arm, reach, open the chest. Exhale, thread. Final dynamic movement. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thread through. Shoulder comes down to the ground. Walk your right palm overhead and as far forward as you can. Keep the outer edge of the right foot engaged into the earth and find space through the ribs. You might feel slightly throttled by your boobs. Just breathe into that. Place your right palm to ground, face side. Inhale, sweep your left arm high once again, creating space. Exhale, gently sit down on your left heel. Placing your left palm to the ground behind you, you can stay down with gaze to the sky, finding stillness, or three lifts. Sweeping that right arm, lift the hips, open the chest, and exhale, deepen down. Inhale, rise. And exhale, come on down. Final time. Inhale, rise, option to hold. Lifting heart. Gently settle down onto the left heel. Tuck the right heel under. And simply feel. Interlace your palms. Inhale, flip the interlace to the sky, lift the gaze. Exhale, draw the arms back and wide up. Place both palms to the mat. 3 cycles of cat and cow. We're going to find space in the seams of the body now. Downward facing dog. Lengthen the exhales through the dog. This creates more space for your inhale breath. Lift your gaze, step your left foot to where your left palm is. Rotate your right toes outward slightly, heel in. Warrior One foundation. Feel strong in Warrior One. Inhale, Phoenix Wings to flight. As you rise, sweep your arms up in a wide halo, and then draw the arms back straight to the left leg. Open the chest wide. Reach the palms back and bring your heart down. Place your fingertips on the mat. Rebend the left knee. Inhale, Phoenix Wings, rise. Straighten the left leg, reach the arms back. Open your chest broad. Then float the heart down. Fingertips come to the ground. Engaging the shoulders with each of these movements. Bend the left knee. Inhale, sweep. Reach. Straighten the left leg. Open your chest. And now float the heart down. 3 deep breaths, hands either side of that left leg, baby on the inside of the thigh, anchor firmer into the outer rim of the right foot and deepen the fold. Friends, you can choose to stay here and simply stay in the fold, or taking several breaths in half moon. Bend the left knee, walk your fingertips forward, float your right leg, spin the hip open, anchor into the left fingers, and then reach your right arm high. Keep your gaze steady on the ground, just beyond the level of the fingers. Trust. Hands come back to earth. Gently hinge that right leg back. Pause a moment. Walk your hands between your feet as you spin on the axes of the feet. Slide the right heel back a little. Check that your feet are parallel to each other, walking the palms forward in a wide V shape. Prasarita. Several beautiful expansive breaths as you feel into the edges of the body. Walking your palms back, spin your feet outwards, bend your knees, and catch just above the knees for a wide goddess. We come over and over again to this shape. You will be so grateful for it in labor. A strong body feels amazing in labor. It feels capable. Even when waves of exhaustion come over you, you can trust that your body can take you to the end. Exhaustion can come in the many forms in labor. It can be emotional exhaustion or physical. It can be exhaustion from vomiting a lot. It can be exhaustion from the sensation of the surges. There's a lot happening in the body. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, affirm your strength. We are strong, we are powerful. There's the fire as you come down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, strong, powerful. Feel the burn. You're going to go through that fire. Inhale, exhale, depth. One more time, inhale. Exhale, deepen, hold. Beautiful, straighten the legs, reach your arms to the sky, star. 3 breaths. Feel a lightness through the whole body, space around the heart. Bend the knees slightly, bring your hands down and to the front of the mat. Downward facing dog. And gently fold the knees onto the earth. Take 5 breaths in child's pose as you clear your inner space and soften into the stillness. Beautiful. Please come back onto all fours. Let's move through cat and cow, 2 or 3 cycles. Enjoying the rhythm of your breath, your practice. Taking it back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths, longer exhales, please. Lifting your gaze, step your right foot to where your right palm is. Find a solid foundation for warrior 1. Right foot is on the right side of the mat, left on the left. Slight outward rotation of that left foot. Phoenix wings to flight into Parsvottanasana, forward fold. Inhalation, arise. As you bring the arms back in a wide arc, straighten the right leg, reach the palms back, squeeze between the shoulder blades, open the heart vibrantly and fold deeply. Fingertips come to the ground. Bend the right knee. Inhale, rise, phoenix wings. Exhale, pull the chest open and bow over straight right leg. Fingertips come to the ground. Bend the right knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Press the chest forward. And now take several deep breaths in this forward fold. Hands to blocks or on the ground. Relax your neck. Rebend the right knee. Option. Walk your palms forward, float your left leg parallel to the earth, spin the hip wide and up. Reaching the left arm high. You're in your half moon. Trust. Be there. Beautiful, Jessie. Beautiful. Gently floating that left leg back down to the ground behind you. Walk both palms between the feet, spin on the axes. Bring the heels into alignment and walk your palms forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, pregnancy variation. Create space. Caterpillar fingertips as far forward as you can. Open into a wide V shape to create space as you drop into the armpits and relax your neck. Keep engaging the outer rims of the feet onto the earth and press the seat back slightly. Walk your hands back on the mat. Spin your toes outwards, bend your knees, hands above the thighs. Strong into your wide goddess. If you want to rotate to face the camera, absolutely fine. Otherwise, stay as you are. Magnificent bellies. Both Lauren and I can't see your belly, Lizzie, but Jessie, it's magnificent. Right forearm comes to the right thigh, reach your left arm up and over. Two choices. You can half bind your left arm behind you, catch your right ankle strongly, straighten the right leg, keep the left knee bent and bow. Or you can take a full bind with the right arm under, reaching for your left fingers, and the bound leg straightens the right leg as you bow. The bound variation is a bit more challenging. It's perfectly okay to be holding onto the right ankle as you bow. Release the binds, bring your fingertips to the ground. Carefully rebend that right knee, hands above the thighs once again, and deepen wide goddess. Bound variation, because all three of you are quite strong yogis, I'm just giving it as an option. Reaching the right arm up and over as you take the left forearm to the left thigh. Half bind the right arm, option. Grip the left ankle, straighten the leg and fold, or find your bind and then straighten the bound leg and fold. Release the binds. Walk your palms to the front of the mat. Step back. Downward facing dog for a moment. And then melting into child's pose. Become soft, receptive, let go. Let the breath be whatever it wants to be. We're back on all fours. A couple of cycles of cat and cow. Slide your left shin forward. You're in a pigeon on the left side. You can take that right leg long and out behind you. Completely optional to flip the right foot up and find a quad stretch first, or you can take your sleeping pigeon right away. Gently releasing that right foot down if you have it. Sleeping pigeon, relax shoulders, relax jaw, soft face. Place your palms onto the mat, tuck your right toes under, slide your right knee behind your left, tuck it strong, open the heels, and sit down between your heels. Cow face. Sliding your right palm away from the hip until the right forearm can come to the ground. Take your left thumb and deepen it into the crease of the left hip and push down. And this will engage the left glute deeper back towards the earth. Keep that engagement. Reach your right arm, left arm up and over. Relax your neck, side body stretch. Take that left arm straight up and then start to spin the palm around so that it's almost like you're wringing out all the way down into the shoulder through rotation. The palm will now face up towards the sky. Draw the left arm away from the torso back down. Pull into the left fingers and draw the left shoulder away from the neckline. Keep draping your head over your right shoulder and you'll feel a deep tugging sensation in the neck. Breathe into that. Relax your left palm onto your thigh. Slowly, slowly begin to straighten your right arm. Slide the palm towards you. Bring both hands to the ground behind you. Lean back into the palms and allow for everything to settle. Pick your left shin up carefully. Swing the left leg back. And you're in pigeon on the right side. Check the hips. Rock it out a little if you need to. Option to come straight into sleeping pigeon. Option to flip your left foot up, reach for it, and find a little bit of a quad stretch. If it doesn't feel juicy in a good way, don't do it. Release that leg. Gently bring your forearms down to the ground and take some moments in this pigeon, really figuring out if you're holding tension in the jaw, and if you are, separate the teeth slightly and let the jaw relax. To do this, to give a message of relaxation to the TMJs in the jaw, sometimes taking some soft breath out through the lips will make sure that the jaw gets the message to release. This is in labor as well. Place your palms to ground, tuck your left toes under. Shift your weight onto your right shin, lift the left knee, and then tuck the knee behind the right. Open your heels. Sit down between your heels. And this is cow face with the legs, half cow face, or mukhasan. Slide the left arm away from the hip and slowly bring the elbow down to the ground. Right thumb into the crease of the right hip to engage the hip back down towards the earth so that you truly can feel into the stretch without collapsing as you reach your right arm up and over. Relax your neck, breathe into the right ribs, the right lobes of the lungs. Reach your right palm straight up towards the sky. Feel as though you're lifting slightly out of the shoulder joint and then rotate the arm around, taking the shoulder into the rotation. Palm now faces up to the sky. Pull that arm down, away but at a 30 or 40 degree angle from the torso, and then engage the right shoulder away from the right neckline. Tilt the head stronger over the left shoulder and feel into your stretch. The brachial plexus along the neck is a very strong ligamentous muscle that can sometimes create compressions, nerve compressions. You'll get tingling in the fingers. But upon release, we have flow. Relax your right palm onto your thigh gently and slowly start to come on up. Bring your hands to the ground behind you. Take some breaths. Gently lift that right leg off your left thigh, slide the right leg long, unravel the left, and you're in wide-legged forward fold. You might flex the feet, push into your palms behind your seat, lift your seat slightly, and bring it forward between the knees or the feet. So just as wide as feels good for you. First of all, press your fingertips to the ground, pull your chest open, lift the gaze, roll the chest forward slightly, keep the legs super engaged. Exhale, push into the fingertips, round the spine, bring your chin to your chest, the pelvis will roll back slightly. Inhale, roll the pelvis forward, tipping the pubic bone down towards the ground as you pull your chest up, look up. This forward tilt of the pelvis is more important than you can know. A woman's pelvis with the tail tucked under that can't release has trouble releasing her baby. So you want to feel that forward tilt of the pelvis as the pubic bone comes down and tilts towards the ground. This axial rotation is incredibly important for dropping baby through the final part of the cervical opening. From here, walk your hands forward. You can come onto the forearms if that feels good, or stay rooted in the palms with the arms long. Do what feels right for you. If you have no forward rotation through the pelvis, keep practicing these movements of finding that movement of the pelvis from the tail drawn under to lengthening through the back of the tail and the hip bones tilt forward. The pubic arch can communicate downwards. The perineum can feel more purchased into the mat. These tilting movements so important for freedom in the pelvic bowl. Without that freedom, with too much addiction and sitting to chairs, that addiction to the chairs, it kind of jams the tailbone. The sacroiliac joints don't have a natural range of motion, and then you find that labors go on for a long time because baby's just not finding the space. Beautiful. Walking your palms back, take your fingers underneath the knees, unlock the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. We're going to stimulate the stomach meridian, hands over the toes, rocking side to side for stimulating stomach meridian, which runs through the ischial tuberosity, the sits bones. Even in labor, this can be a very good way of getting baby deeper into the pelvic inlet, the upper pelvis, so that baby can encourage dilation as well. Without the pressure of baby's head on the cervix, sometimes the cervix has a little bit more trouble opening. The cervix responds to the pressure of baby's head, come to center, slide the heels away a little, and deepen into forward fold. So sometimes you'll find that a labor is stalling in a woman because the cervix isn't getting communication from baby's head deep into the cervix, because baby's head is bobbing a little bit and not bringing the pressure into the cervix. And baby's head only bobs because it doesn't have enough space in the upper pelvis. And if only women know that by lying down in a bed or lying on the side or sitting too much in labor, and I've seen it, it's not going to help. It's not going to help the baby. Whereas if you simply open the knees like this and then rock a little bit side to side, lean forward and back, you're helping your baby into the bowl of the pelvis. And then with the pressure of baby's head on the cervix starts to dilate. But some women aren't using their bodies in labor, so then they say, well, I went to Caesar because I didn't dilate. So there's two reasons for not dilating. Pressure of baby's head. Second reason, mind-body complex. So the cervix is a sphincter, the law of sphincter applies, and the sphincter will only open if it's safe. So if a woman isn't feeling relaxed and safe enough, sometimes that cervix can't open. The jaw and the cervix also relate. Tension in the jaw, too much tension in the mind, not being able to open the flow of the body means that the cervix will struggle to find opening. So it's relaxed body, these kind of positions, baby dropping into the pelvis, all of the biomechanics of the body working together to bring the pressure into the cervix, and the cervix will go, you want me to do what? Okay, I feel safe, I feel good, that's okay. Baby's head can come down, and it pulls like a sock over baby's head, and baby funnels through the cervix, makes a rotation as the head comes into the birth canal, continues with the rotation so the shoulders then fit through the pelvis, and then makes another little spinning rotation as the head comes out so that the shoulders now return a little bit more and come through and out of the birth canal. It's a beautiful, beautiful process. Gently coming on up, bringing the legs into your easy cross-legged position, and placing a hand to heart and hand to womb space. And just a word about this incredible organ of the placenta. In our industrialized births, the placenta often isn't even shown to a mother. If you have a midwife, the midwife will always show you the placenta. She'll open up the membranes and she'll say, this was your baby's house. And you'll see the tree of life on the placenta. It's beautiful. But in a hospital, the placenta is taken and just incinerated. But it's such a magical organ, so rich in stem cells. When a mother has something wrong in their own body, the stem cells flood through the placenta out of the umbilical, from the baby through the placenta back into the mother's bloodstream. And there's a matrix of stem cells that work to heal the mother so that the baby has a better chance of survival. And in indigenous cultures around the world, many people ritually bury the placenta into the earth or under a tree that represents a soul tree or tree of life. And by placing the placenta in the Mother Earth, you are energetically transferring the umbilical and placental connection from our human mother to the Earth Mother, marking the beginning of a transition period in which Gaia becomes the direct sustenance for your baby. It's so beautifully symbolic. the burial of this placenta interwoven and entangled with the child's physical substance within this earth, so that Gaia can best know how to nourish a newly arrived human child, creating a potent, how do I say this, a potent psychic and spiritual connection for the rest of that child's life. It's a beautiful ritual to become involved in, and to energetically and with a heart full of gratitude give that back to the earth, and just express your gratitude for the earth, which now takes the role of looking after your child with you. Breathing in a few deep breaths of light surrounding your baby. Really reveling in the magic of growing a child within, the beauty of it. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide, for you are the ground and the vision, the birth power and the fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Namaste. Please take your Shavasana and have an effervescent and most beautiful day. I hope that you do something completely different today than you normally would and experience something new. So much love to you.